Welcome to the Franciscan University of Steubenville and Barron Basketball Coaches Show with Coach Joe Wallace, and you got a player with us, Steubenville's own Josh Zimmerman from Steubenville High School. Before we get to them, let's mention our sponsors: Blakemore Insurance Agency, PR Landscaping and Design, Dr. John Figgle, M.D., Hood's Pharmacy, AT&T on Sunset, and Best Western at Franciscan Square. Because of them, we're here and we get a chance to talk and share the season. Coach, been a while, ain't seen you in a week. Recap the game last night. Tough loss, 84-81 at Grove City. You're back home on Saturday. Yep. Tell us about the game.
Yeah, we got off to a little sluggish start out the gates. I mean, we just didn't have quite enough of the energy that we needed. We kind of knew walking in after what we did to them earlier in the season here. We had a really nice victory against them and actually really put it to them that we'd be walking into a hornet's nest, and we didn't really match that intensity, and it took us a little bit of prying and pleading for that to start happening. And then we crawled back. I mean, they went up 15 on us. And going down the stretch of that game, and we were matching them play for play, and had we had a couple really good looks there at the end to win. I think we ran out of time really at the end of the day because, me and Josh were speaking about this earlier. Is like if we could have forced it to overtime, I feel like we would have won because we had momentum. Our pressure was picking up. We were starting to force turnovers. I think we only forced 5 in the first half and then 10 in the second half. So our pressure was starting to mount up. We were getting a lot more physical with them. Our offense was flowing. We were getting really good looks, and yeah, it's just. There's just inconsistencies that we're dealing with right now, and guys that they're young, right, and they're going through some growing pains at times. So you can see that their I guess just their performances go up and down at times, especially on the road right now. And a one possession game at Grove City, I mean, yeah, it's a tough loss. I mean, it is, but there was still a lot of positives out of last night. I mean, I really did like the way we responded, though. Really did.
Well, that's a beautiful thing that you can, pick those positives out of a loss, and I really like what you're doing, and we're hopefully we're going, as a team. I want to talk to Josh here about a minute, just about the fact from being from Steubenville. I had a chance to say that to you off camera. I love the fact that, Big Red's close to my heart. I love the fact that you're representing Big Red and hopefully the kids that are, not only your family, but the kids from the area that are thinking about coming here, that like the atmosphere that Coach Wallace, and there's a resurgence going on here, like I'm trying to bring it to people's attention. I mean, Franciscan University of Steubenville, they're going to win, and getting in this conference is a good thing, and you're part of the growing pains, but what I'm telling you, you're representing a lot more than Josh Zimmerman. That's how I feel. So I want that to motivate you. Yes, I don't want that to be a burden to you. I want that to motivate you. So how's things been for you so far?
Starting this year off, we've been a lot of up and downs. Like Coach said, it's been inconsistent for most guys, especially from our leading scorers. But I think we learn a lot from these games. Like most of our games, as you look, we lost. They've been close. So I just think as the games go on, we're all learning. So for me, I'm just trying to get my rhythm back in. Like at first beginning of the season, I think I was going in like real soft. I wasn't driving with a purpose. But now as these few games, I'm learning, or just knowing that I have a purpose on what I need to do on the floor now. So just with our young guys, we have a lot of people that's new, that's like first time on the floor. So I think I need to step a little more better of leading, of having the young guys around us. So I just know I have to step up in a bigger way of I just can't do one thing. I just have to do more of just.
Well, doing more, I know you're getting some things done at the defensive end, and
yes,
don't ever stop doing that, and you've improved from high school. One big thing I've seen, You used the glass. I mean, you never used the glass in high school in all your penetrations. You was trying to finger roll, dinky do and all that. But at least up here, you're going to the glass, and that shows, that you're accepting the challenge of being coached and being coached hard by Coach Wallace. So,
and that's the thing. He does. He takes it. I mean, I've never really ever had any pushback from trying to push Josh. We try to push those buttons with him to get him to. He still doesn't realize what his ceiling is as a player and as a man right now, and that's kind of what this whole process is about. And he started alluding to it, like the leadership side of it all. I mean, even though he's considered a sophomore, like he can still take those steps, and because these guys in this program, they look up to him still. I mean, they his confidence and his plays on the both ends of the floor, it helps these guys out. And the more that he's starting to realize that, which I feel like he is more recently. I mean, the way he's playing, he said he was playing a little soft, driving soft at times. He hasn't been doing that lately. He has been kind of putting his foot down a little bit more, having more of a purpose to what he's trying to do out on the floor. And those go a long way with his leadership, because the guy does have great leadership quality, does it in like a nice, I guess, even-keeled manner at times. He can get on guys when it needs to, but yeah, he's not just like that rah, fiery guy. He's more, maybe put your arm around him and then show him the way a little bit. And that helps younger guys out because, I know I'm a little more different than that than Josh is on that end. So it's good to have that on the floor. Yeah.
It's a process. You heard it from Coach Wallace. We'll continue this process right after these messages.
Ohio Valley
You were
Sports
sleeping.
Online.
I knew you were sleeping. I don't want to have to turn to you on
One of our proud
TV
parents,
and go like this.
Dr. John Fickle, MD.
Man, I
Thank you,
tell
Dr.
you,
Fickle,
man,
for sponsoring this
it's
project.
tough getting good help, man. I tell you, I try. Go out and hustle these sponsors.
Trying to find a local, family-owned pharmacy that doesn't treat you like a number. They treat you like, well, you. Visit Hood's Pharmacy. Find them at 971 Main Street in Follinsby. Hood's Pharmacy is family-owned. Family-owned for over 50 years. All insurance plans are accepted, and they have COVID-19 testing and vaccinations available, so no worries there. Hood's Pharmacy features Sarah's Candy, plus a wide selection of greeting cards. Get the friendly hometown service you deserve when you visit Hood's Pharmacy in Follinsby. Come visit the friendly pharmacist and staff at Hood's Pharmacy today, a proud sponsor of this broadcast.
PR Landscaping. We have been serving the Ohio Valley since 1987. Specializing in custom landscape design and project installation, we use only the best quality materials and the latest installation techniques to ensure your project will provide years of beauty and enjoyment. Can't wait for summer? Start planning your backyard features with one of our expert landscape designers. Our 3D videos make your outdoor space come to life. Brick patio, seat walls, hot tub, fire pit, what else is on the wish list? Call now. 740-264-7627 or look us up on Facebook. PR Landscaping is a proud sponsor of this broadcast.
You're listening to Ohio Valley Sports Online, the sports authority. If you want to get your message heard, visit us on Facebook and leave a message. Ohio Valley Sports Online is on any connected device, phones, tablets, smart TVs. Follow us on Facebook and don't forget to subscribe free to our YouTube page. Type in OVSO. You will get immediately notified the instant we go live with our next broadcast.
Okay, we're back here with Coach's Show, Coach Joe Wallace and his sophomore slasher, Josh Zimmerman, who's using the backboard a lot this year and playing good defense for the Barons. And you guys are coming along as a team. You're not finding any consistency yet, Josh, but you're working towards it. How do you feel about the upcoming game Saturday?
I think we're going to be prepared for Saturday. As I said earlier, most of our games, we don't really see our record's 4-10, but we don't think about it as 4-10. We think of the process of do we get better each game, and I think we just need that next step of getting better each game. I know most of our games been close losses, so we just know where our weakness is at right now. We got to finish finish the games in those last 3 minutes. So I just think if we figure that out, I think we could beat any team in our conference. We can lose to any team. So I live and die by that because I think we're a really good team. So I just think we just got to be. I think we'll be ready for Saturday.
Well, I think being in the league is a good thing for you because you're gonna get to know your opponents and you're gonna see how they're winning, and that's gonna help you. So I'm excited about that league probabilities here, Coach. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we played Waynesburg, probably early December there, and it was a tight game back and forth. It was a very low-scoring game. They controlled the tempo, more so. They're more of a half-court dominated team. They play extremely physical, disciplined half-court defense, and we really weren't able to get the tempo flipped in that game. And we're going to have to do that here. They don't play deep bench, okay? They don't. They want the game to be at their style. So we really have to get after them even more so than we did. We did a good job of guarding them in the half court. We didn't shoot the ball at a high percentage in that game. We did have some good looks, but their defense does a good job with the way our offense spreads. So the transition game is going to be big. I think we only lost by, I think it was like maybe a 6 or 7 point game with free throws at the end. They have a kid named Matt Popick who's a pretty dynamic player, and he kind of took over at the end. So we're going to have to be really keyed on him. They're not extremely large in their size, but they go like 6'5", 6'4", 6'4", and strong and physical. So the more we can get this game in a transition style and our pressure moving and we can take disciplined shots, we're just going to have to knock them down. But that's the thing about the consistency going into it. But here's the deal. We're back at home, and we've got to come out with some fire right away. We've had to set the tempo. We have to throw the punches early. In the last 2 games, we haven't done that. And you guys were here for the Teal game, and we were throwing the ball all over the place.
You mentioned that.
We had 9 turnovers, I think, in the first 8 minutes of the game. It's uncharacteristic of us. Last night, it was on the other end of the floor. They were just going at us, inside with their offense. And we've got to bring the fight. And that's got to be the way this goes from now on. We cannot walk in on our heels. It's got to be on our toes, throwing punches right away. And we do that, yeah. We
See,
can win
Coach,
this game.
now you mentioned 2 out of 3 games here, which me and you have talked about in the past.
Yeah.
Whereas how good you guys have been coming out, ready to play.
Yes.
And now 2 out of the last 3 games, you've told me you felt that you haven't been able to do that.
Yes.
Well, you got your finger on that? I mean, you thought Josh telling you anything about that? What's going on with that? Because that's not typical of your team.
No, it's not typical of our teams, and I think that's kind of with some of these guys being younger and not understanding like what that focus and that intensity really entails when you walk out on that floor. And I think part of that too is understanding that teams might get a little bit of confidence just by looking at us at times. I'm not trying to say anything wrong about our team, but
do you feel you're outmatched physically when you play 6'5", 6'5", 6'4"?
No, I don't, because I think it looks that way, but the way that inside of us, there is toughness in a lot of these guys. It just needs to be pried out, and they need to understand that their capabilities of playing that hard and that physical all the time. And it's hard to do sometimes because they're not used to it. We're asking guys that were in high school a year ago or 2 years ago that weren't asked to do this kind of thing.
And I see guys, I see guys in the post battling against guys that we're outsized by. Other than Yonku and Lean, you don't have much length.
No, we do not. That's the truth. So we have to do things creatively, and we have to do things by being the aggressor, though, too. Right? We have to be, like in the post, we have to be doing our work earlier. We have to be, in a better position. We have to be pressuring the ball to allow.
See, that's my
pass.
point,
Yes.
Coach, is the fact of because you guys are a little bit smaller
we are.
in
Yes.
stature, that you got to come out hard.
We
playing
have
hard,
to.
and take the game to them.
We have to take the game to them, and we have to do that Saturday. There's not only just Saturday, but going forward. I mean, I feel like, and part of that maybe, going into these games is, maybe we just go out and not worry about starting our best offensive guys or offense, and maybe we go and play our toughest dudes to start the game, to throw punches, and not figuratively, but getting after them. And the full court pressure has to be at the start of the games too. We've got to be picking up 90 feet, and we've got to be making them work. And everything we do offensively, defensively, go hand in hand. right? So our full court pressure, leads into our half court defense of getting people to play faster than they're used to, and then getting stops, or even if they do score, the transition offense. I mean, if teams score on us, we have the ball out of the net up into the scoring area within 2 to 3 seconds every possession. So all those things go hand in hand, in with our motion offense in the half court. So the more that we come out and we are not backing down, and I'd rather us be over-aggressive, make mistakes being aggressive right now than being on our heels. And I think everybody can see that as well with us. But I do feel like teams maybe have some false confidence in them just by looking at us.
Just by the look test.
Just by the look
Josh,
test.
how are you adjusting to the fact of, I know in high school we go for a away game. It's you're not going to for, but how you adjusting for the fact of what coach is saying is riding that bus and being ready to play, but driving an hour or so for a game.
Really, it's just you just have to be mentally prepared. Almost like on our game, it was like yesterday. No matter how where you have to get ready, just get ready. Like yesterday, it was like an hour and 40 to get there. So I slept the whole way up there. But for me, I don't like talking in the locker room. When we getting ready,
everybody got their own way, right?
Everybody got their own way. When people walk up to me what's wrong? I'm like, I'm all right.
See, that's a challenge. That's a challenge for everybody to get ready because not two guys get ready the same way. You know what I mean? So that's a team thing.
It is because earlier in the season, I was just I'm going in all casual in the locker room, just sitting there it's I am ready about to play a game. I didn't have that same mentality almost as I did in high school. In high school, every time I was in the locker room, everybody would be talking, laughing jokes, but I was just sitting there what's going on? So we're about to play a game and y'all just sitting here laughing. So I think I just kind of got that thought about that, and I've been getting it back for the past week or 3 weeks or so. So I'm taking it more personal now.
Oh, good. I mean, I love that word right there because, this is a personal thing. I mean, it's a personal challenge for everybody to conquer so the team can better off. It's a personal challenge, and I appreciate that. Coach, any closing thoughts? We wish you well Saturday, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you. When you coming up? Halftime of the girls' game,
Yeah, I'll come up
right?
halftime to see you guys. Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup, too. I mean, as you said, this league, I mean, there's just good teams, good programs, and Waynesburg coming in here, they're playing well, and it's going to be a physical – they're going to be bringing men up here, and we're going to have to throw these punches on them. That's just the way it goes right now.
How's their season going, Coach?
They're going well. They beat St. Vincent last night by about 17, 60-43. They've been able to close out close games right now. So I think they're fourth right now or fifth in the conference. In that top 1 through 5 right now is just a log jam, and they're involved with that right now. I think they got 2 league losses right now. Yeah. So.
Okay,
yep.
Coach. See
Thank
you down the road. See you in a week or so. Josh, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, this is Ray Suckosh. We're signing off here from Ohio Valley Sports Online, the Barons Basketball Coaches Show with Coach Joe Wallace. We'll see you Saturday, 3 o'clock.